guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
All right, everybody. Welcome to It's Drunken Chat, son. I'm your host, Chitlins, Greens, and Cornbread on the Comic Crusader Network, and I am happy to bring on to stage with me one of the prestige gentlemen of It's Drunken Chat and his own show, Pimp Juice Cooking with Adam and Project Pegasus. Here's Blind Adam. How's it going, brother?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. I'm getting over a case of bronchitis, and been sick all week. But outside of that, I can't complain.
Oh, you can't complain except for complaining about everything, man. Well, I'm
No, no,
glad you're
you know how it
glad you're
is.
here. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Freaking because a lot of people are getting downright sick, man. So that
I know. I
definitely
was
feels better.
babysitting my nieces over Thanksgiving weekend, and they got sick. And there's preschools and kindergarten classes and nothing but germ factories.
Yeah, basically, germ factories and Thanksgiving dinner is an incubation tube, man. Freaking, it is
Man.
the worst freaking spot to be in the freaking world, man. Absolutely. So I want to give a shout out to all the people that are hanging out with us so far right now. This early in the morning, it is currently 2 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. GTK Comics would equal, excuse me, Key Fodder 80. What's going on, fella? Eugene and Toon. Once again, I never got to thank Toon for the beautiful piece of art
What's
that
up,
he
Toom?
drew up for us. Raymond Camacho, that's a name that I haven't seen in a while. Maris Comics and Collectibles, and T. Jones. Yes, sir. Thank you, gents. Thank you, people, for coming in. We are going to get right into it while also sprinkling because I do want to hear about everybody's Thanksgiving and what you guys and how it went down for you guys. Um, but let's get into it because we do have some stuff to talk about, man. Um, Look, once again, we are not financial professionals. We just play it on this UTYT tube. But I had told people make sure that you picked it up at $69 at very least. I'm talking about Disney. I told people to pick it up at 69. It did drop
69.
down to 69, and yes, sir, 69, 69, and now it is back up to 92.58. 92.58 right now, so I don't think you missed the boat because I do see a lot more individuals trying to, drop it down, through other means. So we'll see how that goes. Rasmus says, "Don't worry, Adam. He's going to complain for the both of us. He just took a vacation, and on the first day, a cold broke out. Imagine going on vacation on your first day, you freaking end up sick, man. That's
That
bad news, man.
sucks,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Netflix at 465. That's a drop down for it. Warner Brothers Discovery that actually propped up and freaking went up. That's
Holy you.
that's actually about up $2 from what I've been tracking because, and I'm not sure why, but it has been in the news lately because the director, the CEO of Vaslov has says, "Hey, Kanking Batgirls was a good idea," which I do agree with. Like, hey, if it's a crappy series that was badly written, no, it's okay to freaking cank it and just freaking take the tax rebate. That's fine. And then Paramount, which has a bunch of stuff coming up. And I'm talking about Star Trek stuff. It has been getting this fandom has been gaining momentum. It's up 11% at
Star Trek.
$15.78.
Paramount's favorite whore.
A In between that and Ninja Turtles, I was kind of shocked that it's down where it's at, but I'm seeing some absolute freaking bargains here. Hey, what's going on, Big Remo? When are you going to?
Remo, when are you getting back on camera, man?
Yeah, man. He's got the link, so I think. Let me check real quick. Or did I forget to put the link in the thing? Looks like I forgot to put the link in
I
there, but
think you did. Did you
Yeah, I
send?
dropped it. I dropped it to you. I'm not seeing where I dropped it in the drunken chat link. Okay, but yeah, we'll keep going, and then I will find a way to get the link to him. All right, so here was the interesting news this week. There was a New York Times Dealbook Summit for 2023, where they got a bunch of people together, such as Kamala Harris, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and Elon Musk. And they weren't on the stage at the same time. They were just in different stages at different times, just talking stuff, getting asked questions. Um, the and Bob Iger, I believe, was one of the first ones that got on, and they started asking about, "Hey, what's going on with Disney?" And he says, "Well, as far as what's going on in Disney, he's not gonna like other people have go in and say, oh, it's the fault of the actor strike that we're not doing so well because we know that the problems began way before the actor strike. Nor is he blaming the weird hatred of the film driven by the weird neckbeards out there. And sexism coming from a small cadre of Marvel fans upset by a film that's all of a sudden helmed by three women. He did blame the sheer volume of content. He says there's way too much content out there, and it's more difficult to maintain the quality of it. Um, and he says, well, Marvels was shot during COVID, and there wasn't enough supervision on set from the executives. But given that overlap on executive creative control is one of the things that had driven the Marvel brand to its current um, nadir. Um, so what I suspect what he's trying to say, because what usually happens is you shoot your thing and then you send it to the executives who you should have enough time to watch it, right? Because it's only what 1 hour, 2 hour long, and then if there's anything messed up, um, then then you freaking just go ahead and freaking put in receipts for and the invoices for the re. So, but what it looks like he's blaming it on is like, hey, we should have got it right the first time. It shouldn't be as expensive to shoot it the first time, and because of making it so expensive to do the reshoots, now we're losing a lot more money on the film than we should have. Um, so I think that's what he was trying to say without saying it, like because another thing is that they have prided themselves on is getting these directors who are kind of new, right?
Yep.
Who are who have a fresh perspective, right? Or come cheap, right? Um, but the thing is, because they haven't shot an action movie before, they're kind of new to their perspective and what fans actually want. Like Taiki Waititi, he was a great comedy freaking um, director, right? He's not really an action writer. So he's just going to throw a whole bunch of stuff at the wall to see if it sticks and get it in there. And look, his the comedy was there. It's just that some of the other stuff that needed to be there wasn't there. So the so So I think that's where the actual issue is trying to
I
fit.
don't disagree with him with the whole there's way too much content, and there's a lot. I think the main problem is quantity over quality right now.
Yeah, I think and I, it's not that it's too much content. It's too much of the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, I was very happy like after they did the whole Thanos thing. He decided, okay, now we're going to kind of shift the content. We're going to still do superhero stuff, but we're going to kind of shift the mood of the stuff. So that's when they started to do, oh, let's do some what ifs, right? And then let's also do the Werewolf by Nights, right? He's like, okay, let's explore the horror stuff. And you can even see it in some of the comic books, but then they just stopped all of a sudden. Um, and I'm not sure why, right? Um, they had great stuff in the Hulk comics. They had some good stuff with the Power of X, House of X stuff, and then they just stopped. And I just don't know why. The whole direction just went off kilter, and they're like, "Oh yeah, all right, now let's just go in this new directionless way." And they were pounding us over the head with this whole multiverse thing. Like it was either, hey, Spider Man's in the multiverse, or hey, freaking Captain Marvel's in the multiverse in this other universe, or hey, guess what? Hey, here's Avengers Forever, and everybody from the other multiverses are coming to one freaking universe, and it was just absolutely freaking stupid, crazy. We didn't freaking need
In
all that.
between the MCU and the comics, it's really been like kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, we didn't need all that.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they'll get it figured out. And it starts. And it even started to bleed over into Star Wars, right? Because one of my favorite pieces that I do like about the Star Wars mythology is the fact that, hey, there is a hidden realm out there where there is these mother, father, son kind of god type freaking characters that are out there, and they messed it up. They throwing people throwing it at people, and on top of multiverse stuff and going back in time. Look, we didn't ask for all that. Right?
Actually, the best thing that come out of anything with multiverse was the Pandaverse.
The Panda first.
South Park after the Pandaverse.
Ah, yeah.
It's the best thing that dealt with the multiverse in years.
Well, yeah, that's when you know your concept is dead, man. When everybody starts coming out at you with these parodies of your whole concept, right?
Yeah, and the parody is 10 times better than the actual concept.
I don't know, man. Oh man, it's rough out there. They should just freaking slow
Pippin
down.
and easy, yo.
Yeah.
Pippin and easy.
Slow down. Slow down. Go back to the pandemic levels. Do like they did with PowerVex and HouseVex. Cut all them down, X books down. Cut all the spider books out, and just get us down to no more than like 5 books a week. All right, we don't need all these damn books.
The X-Men books.
The
X-Men books are the 90s of X-Men books on crack right now.
Yeah, people are so overwhelmed right now by the amount of books out there that they don't even want to read it. Because by the time I start reading it and finish reading your book and realizing that it's a piece of stuff, it's already time for the next week already. So you're in a never-ending freaking torment of stuff, right? But other than that, there's all types of other stuff that's going on in the world right now. In between, the conflict or the several conflicts that are happening overseas right now, and it's tough right now because I've always said what's missing right now is that political layer, and people say, well, I don't like it when my books are not political, It's gonna say, oh, and I ask them like, what's the last book they read, and they haven't fucking read a book. I think that what you don't like is when the people try and push an agenda or push something at you, and it has no context whatsoever. It's just weird. So sometimes you just got to leave political writing to political people, leave romantic writing to romantic writers, and so on and so on. So. Did you hear about the little spat between Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and Elon Musk this week?
Yes, I have, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play a little clip of that right now. Hopefully we don't get in trouble. Let's see.
All right, cool, man.
What was that trip like? And obviously, that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
But
go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
So
I love you, Elon.
So that was in response to he took a trip, he said some weird stuff, and then a lot of companies got upset about it, and they say, okay, we're going to pull our advertisement from X, and he's like, well, go ahead. and people were asking, well, X will fail. X will fail. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Look, Elon's got enough money to make some other freaking thing, right?
He's
And
got enough money to might as well fucking put it. He doesn't give two shits.
yeah, I mean, even though he put a lot of equity in a freaking X, he's like, I'll just move on to the next thing. So that's where he's at right now. Start sipping 12-6. What? Okay, that's so weird. So Mountain Dew is in the chat. Says keep the Mountain Dew vibe going. Raid could launch you into greatness. Twitch. Start sipping 12,
All right,
16.
Mountain Dew, bring me back my code red, motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, send us some packs. Send us some gear, man. We'll push Mountain Dew all day.
Game fuel he got out. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, but moving on. So, Los Angeles Times decided to jump on the trend, and they're asking, are video games the new comic book movies for Hollywood? One producer thinks so. They looks like they actually had a panel of different CEOs and directors where they sat them down and they started to ask questions about what the heck is going on. And they noted that 7 of the top 10 films this year are either a sequel, a remake adaptation of a popular existing brand, like number one Barbie, or it's just a video game, right? And one of the panelists, I believe, I forget which CEO he was with, maybe Paramount, maybe. He says he thinks that video games are going to be the new comic book movies of the next generation. It's like every video game company now sees what happened with Mario and Five Nights at Freddy's, right? And they want to get into the game and actually help self-finance the movies too. So it'll be interesting on how that goes. The other panelists gave, yeah. So the other,
that every shit D-list video games not gonna get a movie.
Mhm. But it's not just. But look, it's not just the video games, man. Even some of the board games, right? Rat Trap or Mousetrap, right? Go
Really?
hide and seek.
Wait, hide and
Uno.
seek got a movie?
Yeah, it already had. You didn't watch that movie? That was a great freaking movie, man. It was
I'm
another.
going to watch it.
Yeah, Blumhouse has been
You know how
blowing
you
people
just
out,
talking
man.
about getting overwhelmed with comics?
Mhm.
I am a movie buff, but I get overwhelmed with how many movies that come out in a year.
Yeah. Well, so sometimes what you need to do is just concentrate on one particular company. So, for instance, anytime Bloomhouse puts something out, I definitely try and make the effort to definitely go see it. So they've come out with several in the last few years, to include shit. What was one that they just came out? Was Five Nights at Freddy's, I believe, was a Bloomhouse.
Yeah, was that
Company
a
special. Yeah. So they also did Fantasy Island, which was weird.
Fantasy Island was awesome.
That was freaking weird. Definitely not what I was expecting. Definitely. So, and don't forget, please do not think that Fantasy Island the movie and Fantasy Island the new series is the same thing.
They are definitely not.
The series was fucked up. They just didn't know how to know what they were doing. Raspor is saying Fallout TV show is coming and Tetris got a movie. Yep. Twisted Metal. Yep, Twisted Metal got a series. Yeah, Twisted Metal got a series on Peacock, and it was actually pretty damn good. It was the guy from Falcon, the guy who plays Falcon. He was in it, and it was actually pretty damn good, man. So yeah, I mean, look, it's whereas we would normally say, oh, fans are going to freaking love the stuff, and everything. No, freaking the games are pretty good. They've had enough time to build out their freaking stories and narratives, and they're doing really well. They're really well built. I believe someone would have to remind me of Cyberpunk 2077 if there's something happening with that. But that definitely no, there already is. There's a TV series. There's a TV series. Yeah, on Netflix. There's a TV series for Cyberpunk 2077 already out. I haven't heard whether there is a second season for that coming up. But yeah, man, freaking look, games are knocking it out of the park right now, right? Because and
I'm not
and
gonna lie.
yeah,
Two of my favorite things I've watched all year are both based on video games.
yeah.
The Last of Us on TV, and I did see Mario Brothers twice.
Ah, I think I've maybe watched half of it once, and it's not that I don't like it. It's just my kids loved it. Freaking, that's enough for me, man. Because the thing here's what I will say about some of the Disney content that's been put out, especially when it comes to the movies. What I don't like is that they all of a sudden started thinking that it was okay to just start cussing all the time.
All right, so I'm not the only one who's noticed that lately.
All the time. S words, F bombs, all the time. These are supposed to be stuff. It's supposed to be stuff that families
I
are
noticed that
supposed to be taking
mostly
their
in Guardians of
kids
the Galaxy 3 when they were dropping. I was like, wait a minute, did Star Wars just drop the F bomb?
Yeah, look, it's something that, like, if I'm looking to take my family to something over vacation, right? I want to make sure people think that we don't pay attention to those PG-13 and R-rated freaking rated. Like, look, if it's PG-13, I don't have a kid that's PG-13. Guess what? They're not going. If it's got rated R, guess what? I'm not taking my kids. It's just
If
that
you
freaking
take your
simple.
kids, you're either bad parents or stupid motherfuckers. One of the two.
Well, I'm not saying that they're bad parents, but I'm saying that there is a definite huge contingent of the country that will not take it, and they are underestimating that there are families out there, they just want to go out there and have a good time and not have to have the talk with the kids afterwards about what they just saw. I just want to watch the movie, then come out late. Hey, did you like it, Timmy? Hey, yeah, Dad, thank you. And then we can just. No, I don't want to have to. Well, we can't do
Mommy,
that.
Daddy, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can't do that. Hey, when you saw the turtle robots, fucking yeah, you can't be doing that. You gotta have contacts. I don't want to have to go through all that, right? Um, so that in fact, also as part of this article that we were talking about, um, panelists gave optimism for what the audiences do off the scene that the audience do often seem to reward films that fill a need in the culture. Now, so remember what we were talking about. We've been talking for almost a couple of years now that for some reason, Hollywood felt that there was a need to fill in the culture of diversity, right? And I get it. I understand that they felt the need to, but it turns out they were wrong, right? Because it turned out that when they catered to a certain audience, and they were calling them now underserved audiences, and we're talking about middle America and faith-based audiences. The underserved audiences were these faith-based audiences in middle America, right? With movies like Sound of Freedom and Taylor Swift the Era Tour, which came
Like one of the
proof
highest
based.
grossest things in the
Yes,
entire
yes,
year.
exactly. So we're like, oh, we got to get more of this type of character in there from this
You have to
country,
get
and we got to make sure that
every gay,
like
every minority, A to Z, every member of the alphabet community
and
in a
what
movie. But
right, but
it's still.
so so the problem. So here's the problem though with saying that. I'm not saying that I will not say that it failed. I would say that what they thought would be catering to that community has failed. Because are you telling me that people of the LGBTQ community do not like Taylor Swift?
Yes, they do.
They love her, right?
Yep. I have two
So
lesbian
they should do.
friends that can tell
They
me
should,
everything about Taylor Swift. Uh,
yeah.
just like that.
So let's find that common road that can make you guys money instead of throwing out this weird stuff because the people that you have been, uh, you
Can
know,
I give you the
putting in
most?
charge.
Can I give you the most fucked up example of this whole diversity experiment in all of pop culture? I'm going to use a comic book example.
Go ahead.
Tim Drake Robin becoming bisexual for no good reason.
Well,
And I was like, huh? I didn't mind it with Jonathan Kent's Superboy all that much because, like, all right, this is different, and you know, we didn't have any prehistory with him dating or anything like that yet, to where it kind of made sense. But there was just some of these weird decisions where, all right, or we're going to replace Steve Rogers with Sam Wilson, which, once again, for no good reason, it didn't make 110% sense.
No.
It's just we want a black Captain America. Which I think we should have, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, find a way to make it make logical sense within a story.
Yeah, it's just a very, very clumsy storytelling, very clumsy, just je ne sais quoi. I just don't know where they were going with it, and every single time they're tripping over their own dicks right now. To do something.
They be cock choking.
I mean, if yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna give that a little bit more time to upload, and then I'm gonna play that. Okay. So the other thing that we got from, and this one is from Deadline, they're talking about the box office look for Aquaman. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is on track to be between $50 and $60 million.
Why does that seem
opening
low?
over Christmas? I'm sorry, what's that?
Why does that seem low?
Because the first Aquaman became the highest growing Warner Brothers DC movie of all time at $1.1 billion worldwide. Granted that total included a massive haul of China at 291, unadjusted for currency swings, and another 20 million from Russia. But now Russia, due to Hollywood boycott of the Ukraine war, and China is turning up their nose up on U.S. tent poles. So, man, they got a lot of stuff going on right now, right? So, in between that obvious stuff, right? You're not gonna have Israel, Gaza. You're not gonna have that money. You're not gonna have China money because China likes to usually hold that stuff off till the summertime, right?
Yeah.
Either the summertime or like early September before they let certain movies play in China. And then they're also talking about Russia is boycotting it as well. So that's going to be result in some lower numbers. But I think they are making a smart play by doing it over Christmas. The problem is that they still have that one special person in this movie. And it's been proven before that if you have these special type of people in these movies, people will not go see your freaking movie. Yeah, there you go. KJAO. Let's talk about the Amber Turd effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is this gonna be better or worse than Ezra Miller in The Flash?
Well, we don't know. So she's played it very smart. Hopefully, at the direction of Warner Brothers, to stay the heck out of the media. Just stay quiet. They haven't been promoting the heck out of this movie.
Nope.
Right.
And that's where I think the strike helped it.
Yeah, they did the posters. They did the posters and the trailers and stuff.
And she's not really any of it.
She is for a quick second.
It's like a blink if you blink and you missed the bitch.
Yeah. I'm looking at the poster right now.
The queen of turning on the bed.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing right now, at one of the posters right now, and she's not in it. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But look, man, DC, it's tough. DC doesn't really even need this movie right now. They had an amazing.
I don't understand why they just didn't stream this directly to Max.
Well, because they learned their lesson last time. Because the last time they streamed something directly to Max was Wonder Woman. That Wonder Woman piece of crap.
Oh, the lesbian. They should have used strapped on dildo cat fight.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
they play so McCarthy is as the cheetah. Look at there just should have been like an orgy at the end. And
Wow,
it made no
man,
sense.
you got some pent up juice there, man.
I'm beginner
The
ready to prevent
so
recognize.
so hold up. They paid $1 billion to the director to that movie, and they
That's
paid
what
a lot of money up
Jackson
front.
scored. Holy shit!
Yeah, so yeah, they paid her $1 billion, or maybe it was $100 million. So to let her know, like, hey, we know that the deal that we were going to give you up front for like the ticket sales is not going to work because we're going to put it on streams, or we're just going to give you a whole bunch of money. And that made it interesting because right after that, then you had the Black Widows thing going on, where they were like, "Oh, we'll just do this straight to freaking streaming," right? So that kind of made a lot of people kind of heartburn about that. The point is, when it comes to this, they don't need to do the streaming. They did need to have something during the Christmas time, um, just to have something out like that. And they know, and we know that a DC movie can do well over the Christmas time because the last one they did was one of the Shazam movies. I remember that. But the problem with that is that the if you look at the Shazam movie again, that was a Christmas movie. There was snow all over the place. They were celebrating Christmas and everything. I don't think we're celebrating Christmas under the water. I don't think they had
Yeah, that's true.
little baby Jesus in Atlantis, right?
They might have.
So
We don't know what Jesus was doing back then.
that was Moses that was parting the waves, not Jesus, man. Freaking Jesus was
You
walking
damn
on the
right it
water.
was Moses.
Jesus was trying to stay so far away from Atlanta that he was walking on the water instead of swimming. You know what I mean? So
All right, okay.
I don't think that was going to happen. So
I get my big comic book characters mixed up. I apologize.
so I now got this video queued up because we were talking about the whole diversity thing and how certain people are trying to push. I'm not saying they're trying to push their agenda. They're trying to push a storyline out there, but the writers absolutely freaking suck. So I want to play you this video, and I want to see what you guys think about what this gentleman is saying right here.
I'm Tim Sheridan, writer of DC's Alan Scott, The Green Lantern, and I just opened up a box of advanced copies of issue 1, which look amazing. This is the main cover, which also gets a virgin foil variant, and that's by the great and powerful David Talaski. There's also 2 other amazing variants, one by John K. Snyder III, and this beautiful portrait by Nick Robles. I am here to ask you a favor. The book comes out next DC Tuesday, October 24th, but already the haters and the queerphobes are out in force, doing everything they can to see that this book tanks. They use code and they make it sound like they have legit problems with a book they haven't read yet. But the truth is, they just don't like that there's a queer hero in the upper ranks of the DCU. The only way we can shut these people down is to make this book an undeniable success. The only way to prove to all the big publishers that there's a huge market for authentic stories about LGBTQIA plus characters and that these stories are for everyone is to buy the heck out of books like this. This one's only 6 issues and each one has a few variants. So I'm asking, if you have the means, buy them up. Buy extras to give to people you think really need to read it. Now you might say this sounds like a great way for Tim Sheridan to make a bundle in royalties. Well, no. I won't make a penny because every single royalty I receive from these 6 issues will go straight to a charity that's very important to me and that I've supported for a long time, the Elton John AIDS Foundation, which works to prevent HIV stigma and provide compassionate care for all communities. I am asking you to join the Corps. If you care about truth and justice, about shining a light in the darkness, if you think comics are and should continue to be for everyone, or if you just want to force these Comicsgate trolls back onto the bridge they crawled out from, please support our book and send a message that the bullying and the lies and the hate have to stop. Everyone deserves to see themselves in comics. Everyone needs allies, and if you're an ally, now is the time to step up. We outnumber them. So let's pool our power, vote with our wallets, and beat these assholes. Add as many of these 4 variant covers for Alan Scott, The Green Lantern, to your pull list today. Pick them up in store next week, Tuesday the 24th. Thank you so much.
Yeah, nobody bought that book. Nobody gave a fuck about that book.
New Green Lantern book going to dollar boxes anytime soon.
You know,
Can I address him for a second, please?
What's that?
Let me speak on this for a second, please.
Go ahead, man.
Here's
Please,
an
man.
idea to sell a ton of Alan Scott comics, whether he's gay or not. Write a damn good story that makes you give two shits about the character, make you want to read every issue, and make it a fun time instead of this preachy bullshit nonsense. And maybe I'll think about checking it out. If you told me something about the story in this little diatribe that you had, or gave me some type of show me the titties of the situation that made me want to like open my wallet a little bit, maybe, but just that whole thing made me want to go to sleep. However, I will give a buy one copy to help say fuck you to Comicsgate, but that's besides the point.
Well, I don't know. I haven't read the book yet. I'm not inspired to read the story at all.
You say that, there's my point.
Yeah, I mean, if he would have said, "Hey, this is what the story is about," and maybe, and
Yeah.
then he goes, and I don't know.
There was
I don't
nothing.
know.
There was nothing in there about the story. It was just all. Everyone deserves to see himself in comics. And once again, let me speak on this. As a disabled American, I can count on this hand how many times I see myself in a fucking comic. Do I bitch about it? Hells no.
Okay. You know, this brings me up to Robert Kirkman,
Love that guy.
who the creator of Walking Dead, right? And
Invincible.
then yeah, Invincible, right? And then there was the Void Rivals, right?
Hell yeah.
When he wanted to sell more copies of Void Rivals, what he said was, "Hey, if you buy 100 fucking copies of this book, I will send your store a
Is that the video shout out thing?
yes." He did that, and then they're doing the same thing for Duke One as well. Right?
Yep.
So that's not what this guy is doing. He said, "Well, just buy my fucking book. Just buy my fucking book."
Yeah, like I said, there was
No,
nothing
why?
to make
Why?
me say buy this as a fan or as a retailer. There was nothing in that message that said, "Let me open up my wallet." Or
For
let
what?
me check this out. There was nothing
First,
interesting. It was
it,
very combative, very fuck the
his shit is
world.
no. So there's no. It's non-returnable, right? The
Yeah,
books are non-fucking returnable. So that means it's going to sit on the fucking shelves,
like I said,
right?
go into dollar boxes anytime soon.
Well,
Excuse me.
I don't know, man. Toom says, yeah, like all of Tinian's books have queer characters and the writing is incredible. The problem is a lack of good writing in the mainstream books. Yeah. I know. So the reason why I bring up Robert Kirkman as well is because apparently, um, his main brand, Skybound, they are going to launch a sister in Japan. It's going to be called Skybound Japan. It's going to be a new division focused on expanding Skybound's international presence and fostering a creative collaboration focusing on Japanese IP within the Japanese entertainment industry. The move
Nice.
comes almost a year after Skybound opened a company for private investment. Now, that is amazing because here's a couple things that it does for you. Now that you're over there in Japan, you got some type of divisional headquarters over in Japan. You are very close to these artists, the people that are drawing the shit out of everything, right? So not only are you going to have cheaper labor when it comes to uh, draw your comics. But now, if you want to do some more cartoonish type stuff, you're still right there with some of the best dudes in the fucking game, right there, man. Um, The new division is Skybound's second international expansion, followed by Skybound North, which is in Vancouver, Canada. It's the outgrowth of Skybound's long-standing interest in the Japanese market, which has included both an investment in Remo, an anime distributor created by publisher Shueisha, as well as a partnership with Fuji TV. So that means they've already got their eyes set, put some of the shit on freaking TV. So Fuji TV is one of the biggest television networks in the country. It'll be headed up by Ashton Kuki, formerly of Bandai Namco. I say again, Bandai Namco. For those that don't remember some of those old TV to toy divisions, and producer of Sniffer and a memoir of a teenage amnesiac. So there's definitely some things brewing with this announcement right here. The first thing that they intend to put out and bring to TV there is his comic called Heart Attack
Interesting.
number 1. Right, so keep an eye out on that book. Do you remember Elijah Wood?
Hells yeah. Yeah, here he's starting his own comic book imprint.
Yes, sir. It's called Spectrovision,
Yep.
and it's going to be distributed through Oni Press. And they're going to be doing their own little thing, right? It's been a very weird year, late half of the year for Oni Press. I don't know where they're getting all this money from, but they're picking up a lot of stuff, right? And now they've got Elijah Wood. You know, you got an actor who's got like all the ins and outs of freaking. Well, I wouldn't say all the ins and outs because he's one of those guys you know, but he doesn't seem to be like in the know of like everybody. He's not in the whole this madre freaking weirdness of Hollywood.
Yeah.
But he's done stuff, right? So yeah, he's got that thing going on, and one of the first projects that he looks like he's going to push through is called High Strangeness. With a new pop-up publishing imprint doc debuting in 2025. Marvel is partnering with the National Lacrosse League for Native American Heritage Month. They're going to be they're going to be pushing out comics, right? So if you're interested in maybe that being a thing, and as well as they're going to have these Marvel homage jerseys that some of the players are going to wear.
Interesting.
And for those that are interested in Attack on Titan, which is the series that Loki stole its ideas from. Okay, apparently there is a second version of the finale that's on Netflix. Right, so there's the stuff that's on the Crunchyroll and Hulu, and that's different from the version that's on Netflix. So keep an eye out for that one. I know while we didn't go out and publish anything for the last couple weeks, now the big news has been Sentry that the guy, is it Glenn? Not Glenn. The guy that's going to play Sentry, you know, he's in the cast and everything.
I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me.
Yeah. But one of the persons that broke it was Robert Kirkman. Okay, we just talked about him. And Loki, you know, we had the finale. I think I'm going to be talking more about that on MPP in the next couple weeks and what you missed.
You know, I actually thought the finale was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, it's still, if you watch the last season of Attack on Titan, you'll see that they just stole the shit. And then now in the Future Fight, they've added Loki as well as Sylvia to Future Fight.
Okay.
And then, what was it, the 25th? Yep, the 25th of November, the latest Doctor Who episode dropped.
Was it the 60th anniversary thing that they did?
I'm not sure whether it's the 60th anniversary, but it was a pretty big issue, or a pretty big one, because they brought one of the other doctors back, which is like not a thing. You can't just bring other doctors back. But they brought them back, and it was fine. It was good. Some people were upset because they did have a trans character in there. But I didn't feel it wasn't a big deal until they did the pronoun thing, which was fucking weird. It didn't fit in the right place, right? Like I don't have a problem with it. It just didn't fit in the wrong right place. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
that happens sometimes.
Yeah. The one of the main villains, his name is Creep the Meep. He was the connection to comics is that the creator of Meep is Rasha from the fucking the smiley face fucking shit, Watchmen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that created Meep. So that was kind of crazy. And then I believe, and then also, of course, they were talking about on CBSI, is that they believe Silver Surfer will be a woman for a Fantastic Four, and I'm kind of shocked that more people aren't talking about that. Is that Dave Filoni is going to be the chief creative officer at Lucasfilm, and we will be planning the future of Star Wars films.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny because right after, was that in Pandaverse? Yeah, that was in Pandaverse.
Yep. That
Right?
was. Yep.
There was in Pandaverse where they talked about old girl and how she is absolutely freaking wrecking
As she
Star
was wrecking everything.
because look, I see her vision. Right? If you've been reading the comics, I'm talking about the High Republic stuff, and then you see what they've been trying to do in the movies. I can see the vision, but the problem is the vision isn't coming quick enough, right? They should have just did High Republic instead of putting all that weird stuff in the movies. Do High Republic, then let's do freaking Ray, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see what Dave Filoni is going to do. Because first of all, it's still fucking me up now that like now everybody can tap into the fucking force now. What the fuck? Like, what? No. What? I mean, what happened to what was it? Is the Mandalorian? Not the Mandalorian. The
The Midichlorian?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Huh? First, you had to have the Mandalorians, and then all this other stuff. Like, no, I don't know. It's whatever, man.
I just want to know if I can use the Force to get laid. That's all I need to know.
You can't.
Because just like because I wouldn't be a Jedi, I'd be a Sith. Jar Jar Banks, because Jar Jar Banks is the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy. Testify.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into talking about actual comics. These are some of the ones that were trending. Let me fix the date on this for November 25th, 2023. At the top of the list. Now I get it. Like my list is going to be a little bit different from everybody else's because a lot of the people are going for value. I'm going for quantity, and the ones that had a high turnover. At the top of the list, when you type in comic book in the Terror Peak, at the top of the list was Conan the Barbarian variants. I'm talking about the one where you got Conan and he's fighting this lady who looks like she's trying to fuck him, but if you look at the bottom, she's got this long ass snake tail and she's trying to fucking strangle the shit out of him at the fucking bottom.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's a weird. It's Conan the Barbarian, the horror signatures. It's issue number 1. It's a weird little freaking. It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely fucking beautiful. But I do think that it is weird that it didn't show up on a lot of people's freaking radar. Of course, there's another facsimile with Amazing Spider-Man number 252.
God damn it.
Here's where I'm kind of happy about it because we did push this. This is the one that we said could be interesting. That Strange Academy Finals number 6, Scotty Young. That one at 25. It was Scotty Young doesn't have a lot of incentives out there, but this one was at 125, and it's back on the freaking list again out of nowhere. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. This one is a pre-sale. This one is not out yet. It'll be out soon. There's a 1 in 10 by Chatello. And then back up on the list again is that Spider-Gwen annual, that Ji Hung Lee, the ballerina slippers one.
Hell yeah! I just got a couple of those signed by a few people.
Yeah, that keeps popping. It has been going strong all year, and I'm sorry.
I thought of my best selling books. If we had to do a top if I had to make a top 10 for books that have been selling for me for 2023, this would be like number 9 or 10 on the list.
Oof. I'm gonna have to do a show where I go back because unfortunately I didn't get into this one. I mean, I got some of them set up, but I'm missing a few books. But I'm trying to figure out like which one is number one. If this is not number one, what is the number one book this year? I got to figure that out. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm in a I'm in a loss right now too. I mean, I've come up with my at least my bottom 3, which would be my 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah. And then bottoming out the list is Venom, the First Host, number 3, the first sleeper that came out in 2018. 4 books that
Is there a reason why this is trending?
Yeah, that was trending. Those are books that were trending, right?
Yep.
If you go by numbers and quantity, those were the ones that were trending. You know what I'm talking about? And and I get it, right? People were talking about like, hey, this book rose this much and everything. Like, okay, but when I really went to the cost, it didn't really even bump the numbers for me, right? And once again, I will talk about some other ones that are out there. For the pre-sale, Detective Comics 1078, we don't have the cover for that one yet. Batman 140, Venom 28. People have been loving these covers with Black Widow and Venom on there.
That they have. I can't wait to start seeing that version of Black Widow get cosplayed too.
Flash number 3, there's a Mike Deodato. Captain America number 3, Amazing Spider-Man number 39, Alex Ross coming in near the bottom at Fantastic Four number 14. It's a great freaking cover. He's taking on a little bondage there, right? A little bondage. Him tying up like
six for the win.
Yeah, 6 girls at once, right?
Hell yeah!
But the problem is yeah. I've already read the book, and what's on the cover doesn't necessarily represent what's in the book.
Fair enough, man.
Very, very missed opportunity. Badly missed opportunity. All right, so the question during CBSI was, who is Yuna Yang? Quite frankly, she's just a thief, right? Her intention was to go over to the Marvel's apartment and freaking steal the Negative Bands. When she arrived, Marvel, he was in a fight with this lady. I forget what her name is. She's a new villain. Her first appearance was in Captain Marvel #1 for 2023.
I was wondering if you were going
Yang.
to get to this. In her first cover appearance is Captain Marvel #2, and
so first
shout
cover.
Shout out to our homie Red Hood.
Yeah, so
Red
first
Hood's
cover.
the one who put me onto this book.
Yeah, so first appearance for both of these is Captain Marvel #1. First cover appearance for the Bad Girl was number 2. Well, for both of them, it's going to be number 2, I believe. Right. I have to check on that one. So, yeah. So, but look, trust me. I mean, number 2 is absolutely a freaking gorgeous cover. I freaking love that freaking cover. There is a secondary character that is in Captain Marvel #2. We don't know what her deal is yet. So there is a first appearance in number 2. We just don't know who she is yet. So stand by for that one. But yeah, so she while this villain, she was killing Marvel, she quickly stole the Nega Bands off of her. And the reason why the Nega Bands are so important is because it really did come up inside the movie for the Marvels, which is kind of the whole explanation for this thing.
Okay, I still need to go see.
Yeah, so now
everything's been spoiled for me already. I don't give a crap. I just haven't had a chance to go to the movie theater in a couple of weeks today.
Yeah, this is not spoiling anything because
I don't care.
I mean, once again, if it's in the trailer, I'm not going to spoil it. But
yeah.
the Nega Band, the whole big point of the Nega Bands is that when you freaking do something with it, whoever's connected to it switches places, and that's been the whole thing for the last 2 issues. It's that when Yuna Yang freaking clinks it, she switches with Captain Marvel, and then Captain Marvel, they switch in and out for this whole big fight. And that's it so far, right? So we've got 3 potential character, new characters that are in the Captain Marvel universe type deal. We just got to see what's going on with those. Okay. 55 minutes. Let's quickly go. Oh, so new comic book days. Here are some of the new comics that just came out this week. Assassin's Creed Visionaries number 150. Ninja High School 191 sold out.
Wow, that's not the issue 191.
Yeah. I forget. There was a big first appearance on one of these. I forget what it was, though. Predator versus Wolverine, the Mark Cicchetto that came out this week. That one sold out. A very gorgeous Conan Barbarian number 5, cover C by Puebla. It's not sold out, but it's just gorgeous, man. This is the one that has not made it onto a lot of lists of people listening to this one, even though the numbers are there. There is 400 in the last 7 days. There was 415 sold, equaling up to about $10,000 in frequent sales. Right. The cover price on this one was about I want to say $4.99, maybe $5.99. Actually, I got one here. Oh, excuse me, $5.99. And it's in the cover B, C, or whatever. It has got a great artist, Scotty Young. All right. Howard the Duck number 1 sold out at the distributor level. It's sold out at Midtown. Okay. But it's not getting any respect right now. The 1/100 also sold out. Okay. There is a first appearance in there. Granted, it's a corny, but it is the first appearance of the Creeper. And this he's just like the Watcher, but instead of watching, he creeps. He just freaking kind of peeps around the freaking corner at
That's
stuff he's not
awesome
supposed to look
sauce.
at, right? So he's like the lower level. He's like a pervert. That's his whole deal. Right?
Hey! Nothing wrong with being a pervert.
Yeah, there is when you got all the powers, the perv on that, whatever the hell you want at any time you want. Right?
Yeah, but if you're honest about it, you're a creeper, you're a pervert. Yeah. Big money, big whammy. Justify.
But the numbers definitely are following into Howard the Duck, Scotty Young. And I haven't been able in my store, anyways. I haven't been able to keep them in stock, right? So it is what it is, man. Freaking, if you see it, just go ahead and grab yourself one because it is pretty funny. It is, and I get it, for some people because it is a what if, right? So that's probably why people left it alone, but it's still pretty good. At least the cover is. Something is Killing the Children, number 35. Had several amazing freaking covers out this week. Every single one of them sold out, I believe. Last Ronin, issue number 4. This was the reissue that sold out.
Wow.
I think that was it for the ones that came out this week. So while that's doing that, I am going to let's take a quick break so I can freaking refresh my soda.
And I can actually go hit the men's room for a second.
Absolutely. You go ahead and do what you got to do, brother. All right, we'll be back in about 3 minutes.
The time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show. For your convenience, we shall keep you informed of the remaining intermission time, 3 minutes before the next show starts.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Just a minute, folks. Yes, that's all it takes to visit our refreshment counter in the lobby. There you'll find popcorn and an assortment of popular candy bars to please every taste. Try one of these delicious candy bars. Big Time, Butternut, Milkshake, Payday. Topped with Hollywood's super rich coating of the kind you like best. They taste wonderful, they're delicious, they're nutritious. Get one at our confection counter in the lobby now.
All right, welcome back to the Drunken Chat Son, the only podcast lazy enough and drunk enough to take to take breaks right in the middle of the show.
There was a candy called Butternuts.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to
That's what it
investigate.
says in that last commercial. Butternuts in her mouth. Excellent. Excellent.
I think we're gonna have to investigate and see if that company did exist and it doesn't exist anymore, we're gonna have to freaking get the trademark on that one.
I'll do some research for Awesome Sauce Radio.
Oh Jesus! I hate to think of what your type of research entails. Hey, what's going on? Freaking still not Hartman Sports Cards and El Picasso. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Hartman?
All right, so for those not checking, now it is time to get into the FOC, the Final Order Cutoff. Some of these books, such as Lunar and Image, they are on FOC on Sunday the 3rd.
Sunday.
Yes, sir. And then the rest of the books, they are on FOC. You have till Monday to let your local comic book shop know, or you can try and freaking get up with us on the pull box. If you're not within the pull box, you want to order some books, just hit me up at where? Chetland Green the Corman on my Instagram and Facebook and everything. And then we will do our best to make sure that you get the prices and the books that you deserve. Getting into some of the books, and I didn't pull out everything, but I tried to pull out some of the stuff that might be interesting, is Savage Dragon number 267. There's a triple size 30th anniversary special, I believe.
Oh, wow.
There's two. There's a normal, and then there's also a foil version of this one. So, I don't know, man. Freaking, you know what's kind of interesting? That beguiles me is that I haven't heard anybody talk about Savage Dragon movie news or TV series or anything. If anything that needed to be put out there, that would have been Savage Dragon, but I guess not. Then Image number 1 has Adventure Man Ghost Lights coming out. Looks actually pretty good. And then you've got King Spawn number 29. Got some interesting freaking covers.
It's 29 issues already.
Yeah. And cover price is $2.99. So, look, for those that are complaining that the books are too expensive, put your fucking money where your mouth is. Go ahead and support McFarlane. And maybe you don't even like the fucking dude. I get it.
His stuff has actually been decent.
Let's support the dudes that are actually trying to keep the prices freaking low. Okay.
And putting out really good quality content too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I understand we might feel a little betrayed because Spawn movie is supposed to have been out by now, But look, freaking don't forget is it Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx.
Jamie
He only,
Foxx is hurt.
he only almost died this year.
Yeah, so you give him a break. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we only had a director and a writer and an actor strike that lasted 8 months. Let's cut some people some slack, motherfuckers.
Yep. Tune says shout out to Chad Cave. It said Chad Cave says everything
Okay,
looks
man.
good on Chad Cave says everything looks good on the whole Butterface. Picasso says everything looks about her looks good, great butternuts. Why would she have nuts? I don't know. Okay. Star
Yeah,
Signs number 7. Then your Swan Songs, which is it's had some interesting covers. I just haven't actually cracked open this freaking book yet, so I guess it's about time I crack open at least issue number 1 through 2, because they do have this one that's got the Ice Cream Man in there. But it's weird. Like I don't. It looks like they don't know what they want to do. Whether they want to go throw back to Dr. Seuss or Ice Cream Man. They're kind of like weirdly in the middle, and 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 all you're doing by reminding me that Ice Cream Man was a thing is making me disappointed that it hasn't been picked up or optioned yet.
because I still think this would make it. Ice Cream Man would make it an amazing animated series like on Adult Swim.
First appearance of Old Man Morty and Rick and Morty number 12.
Nice.
Then there's 12, the Oni Press. Oh yeah, that's another one. I forget the name of this character, but there is you call it Squeeze, Stress Freaking Down, this crazy clown character. Sun Universal, volume number 2, the Halo cover, Fire, but stop putting all these fucking covers out until you got a movie or series. Chad Case says, yeah, McFarlane is only worth 350 mil. Let's support him. Well, you got to support. Let's send. It's about sending the other companies a. If we're saying that the other companies, $5.99 is trash, yet somehow they're still number 1 and 2. The math is the math. Panther, Curse, Sheena Finger Joe. Don't forget the previews. Looking for twos. You guys, that's that thick book that I told you guys. I would have said that you guys should have been getting those, but now that all the other joints have been going to like freaking Lunar and fucking
Hey,
Penguin,
Wayne.
yeah, I can't say that it's great if you love fucking toys and shirts and stuff, statues. If that's your thing, definitely freaking get this one. Robotech Rick Hunter, Robotech, Witch is Sabbath by Opus. And there's a bunch of stuff that hasn't been released yet. This one's a great looking little cover, and I don't know who that is because that's not Art Germ, but it looks good. Psycho has got another business card out there for David Van Patten. It's open order.
Oh, so they're gonna tap the business card well again, eh?
Yeah. Let's see. There's some anime Panda, the Crimson Shell. And then there's another anime volume 4 for Please Go Home, Miss Akutsu. Okay. Star Trek number 16. Sonic the Hedgehog number 1. Fang the Hunter is on the cover. They got some homage of their own freaking games. Very interesting. Cruella de Vil by Dynamite. Issue number 2. Got a great freaking cover. Just her mugging. Savage Red Sonja. There's a cosplay. Looks great.
I gotta know who that cosplayer is. I'll research it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
More anime for 2.5 dimensional seduction anime. Rick and Morty. Number 12, The Madness. Trying to get through to the good stuff. Action Comics, Bizarro. I've read this run already, and it's good stuff. There's something definitely going on. I just don't know what. There's no new covers inside this book. However, on one of the covers, there is a character that I can't place. Okay. I believe this is cover C. That's an open order for Action Comics number 1061. If you're going to get these covers, or maybe it's a 125, I forget what it is. But if you're going to get one of these for Action Comics number 1061, this is the one to get. It's got a bizarro looking Supergirl, I think.
Yep.
And she looks badass. I ain't gonna freaking lie. Titans by Beast World. Once again, freaking they're just printing out too much stuff. However, I do like this Superman Lost, probably one of the better Superman stories for the year of 2023. Speed Force number 3. Some Torrin Clark. And then in Green Lantern number 7 is going to be the first appearance of the Sinister Sons. With,
I am really looking forward to that. This is a book I think people should not sleep on.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sinister Sons is going to be on the level of Super Sons.
Just as long as they don't freaking age one of the kids up and make them gay for no fucking reason whatsoever, it'll be all right.
Yeah, that's true. Even though the Peter Tomasi had nothing to do with the aging up and the making the character, bisexual for no good reason.
Yeah,
that was Brian Michael Bendis, but this has Peter Tomasi, and you're taking two. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, so it looks like it's Sinister Son, and then it looks like it's the other one.
It's General Zod. It's Lord Zod.
Yeah.
Who first appeared in Action Comics 844 for 846.
Ah, okay. Batman Beyond Facsimile, Blood Commandment with some good-looking covers. Petrolhead, Sacrificers, which that issue number 1 for Sacrificers was actually pretty damn good. I just don't know if American audiences are ready for it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's I would say if you liked Attack on Titans type political type stuff, then you would like Sacrificers, and that's where they're pushing this to. So, but it's on issue number 6. Never too late. Transformers issue number 4. Some great covers. And then there's a spoiler cover if you guys are interested. Those spoiler covers always do well.
That they do.
Larry Joe says that the Red Sonja cosplayer is Rachel Holland. She goes by Faces by Rachel. Also does risque covers for Comics Elite. Chad Cave also
Thank
says
you so much.
Yeah, Chad Cave says he's going to bed and he's asking you to dream of him tonight, Adam.
Chad, you've had too much vodka. Go to sleep. Love you, brother.
Blood Commandment has a Werewolf by Night homage cover, and then it's also got a Blade poster homage, and then I believe it's just my last FOC book. Scout Comics has Von and Bach issue number 1. It's what's the name of the fucking guy? The Invisible Man. Yeah, it looks like it's got the Invisible Man on this freaking cover. And let's see, do I have anything after this? Okay, yep. And then that's all for the FOC. We are going to, since it's 3 o'clock in the morning, normally we slow roll this, but we are going to go quickly as possible so people can go to bed. This is stuff that's coming out this coming Wednesday. Once again, I don't have that many. Alpha Flight issue number 5 by Peach Momoko. It's in stock, but it's low on stock. And let me tell you, it's gorgeous. It's got what's the name of the girl in the blue? Is it White Bird, Blue Bird, whatever her name is? It's
Snowbird?
just yeah, there you go, Snowbird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, it's gorgeous. She's been hitting with that.
She's
A
a
lot of
CILF, a Canadian.
yeah.
Like the
So
fuck.
Art Adams did a really great cover, and then no, this one is a really good cover.
Yep.
Venom number 28. Once again, I'm tired of fucking Venom covers. However, this Adi Granov cover looks really fucking good, man. And I know retailers, man, they're probably freaking overbought on this one. So don't freaking go crazy because it is an open order. So don't worry about going crazy on this one. Transformers issue number 3 is coming out. The 1 in 50 by Dragoda looks great. Just got Optimus just sitting on a pile of trash like a throne, like a boss though. Just chilling. Of course, Thunderbolts number whatever it is. Once again, another issue on the cover with Black Widow with the Venom costume on, and of course, this one is sold out. Also coming out is the X-Men What If Mickey and Friends game Mutant Powers. This one is going to be a 1-100. They're still doing these.
Why?
Yeah, I guarantee you what's going to happen is people are going to wait.
No.
There's going to be people like myself that are going to wait till they get cheap. So I've been picking some of these up.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing the same thing. Because there's just way too many of them.
Yeah, 15, 16, 18 bucks, man, and people just drop them.
I'll pay up to $20 because it's my boy Mickey.
Star Wars: The High Republic issue number 1. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, issue number 1 by Dark Horse Comics. This one is sold out, but at Diamond. If you still need this one, let me know because I still can get it through Penguin. But right now, there have been numbers to suggest that people actually want this book. The Avengers in stock, but low. It's going to be so is it the Midnight Corps or the Twilight Corps or something like that? It's like the Twilight Corps. Their first physical appearance was in issue number 7. They actually start naming each other in this issue right here. There's this cover A, which is very low. There is a 1 in 100 that's out there that's just virgin trade dress. But people seem to be interested in this book. Eugene Inyon said that Negaduck Trish Forstner cover is fire. I don't think I picked that one up, but I will. Before I get out of here, I will. The Negaduck. Not what you heard. It's the Negaduck.
Negaduck.
They know what they was doing when they did that. Okay. Then the Adventures number 8 has also got a Peach Momoko Nightmare version. Twilight Court. That's what they're called. The Twilight Court. Okay. And then Fantastic Four. There's another Peach Momoko, but it looks like Sue Storm is being captured or being taken over by Venom for some reason. That was low as well. But the thing that I'm keeping my eye out on, and I'm sorry I got the name right on here, but there's Strange New Worlds, the Scorpius Run for issue number 4. There's a 1 in 25, the Raza. The Raza is an interesting thing to me because this dude right here, and I forget what his actual name is, his character's name, but this dude right here is a motherfucking killer. He serves aboard the ship as a doc, but guess what? When they need a killer, they call him up and his little girlfriend up, and they freaking go take care of business. They don't freaking go to the security officer. They don't get some red shirted freaking private or anything. They call the doc up, and the doc freaking fucking cracks open some crack and some heroin and fucking goes to freaking town. So this is the dude that you fucking want.
That's awesome.
Something telling the children of pen and ink #1, the second print. It's a black and white cover for issue #1. It's supposed to have artist commentary and writer commentary in this one. Then Century #1, there's a piece from Moko as well as a Scotty Young. And then sold out is this Image new issue, Midlife by Buccaletto, and it looks amazing. Right? I guess it's about a superhero who's in midlife, but he's still trying to take care of family. It looks pretty good. This is on issue #3. Lady Death Masters by Dan Mendoza, an absolutely gorgeous, risque type joint. It looks like a ripoff of Scotty Young, but kind of risque. Sold out already. All right. Batman issue #140. There's a Dave Finch open order. And then, of course, possibly the cover of the week is going to be the Santa Claus. I believe it's Ben Oliver that's doing that one. It's the one where he's got blood all over his
Ben Oliver? Is that the Santana?
Yeah. Birds of Prey issue #4. Joshua Sweeby is in there as well. And then there's the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Those are the ones that, when you open it, it's supposed to make sounds and stuff.
Yep.
And then this one was a Mel V special, the one that he said that he liked, issue #28. That's one that is him in the freaking room with the different perspectives. So let me see if I can see what Eugene was talking about. I believe it might have been this one. Yeah, Trish Forstner did. It looks pretty good, man. In this open order.
Trish.
Yeah. Okay, well that's all I got. Yep, Eugene said, and you said, yep, that's it. All right, great. All right, so what's the next time that we're gonna see you by now?
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. is when I should be back on with my full voice, back in tech. So Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Nice.
God bless.
And in 4 hours, I gotta freaking start getting set up. Well, I had to have set up so we can start the No Prize podcasts. So we'll talk about all the crap or no crap stuff that happened during the week. I'm talking about Marvel wise. Get the thoughts from the professor and the machine on what they thought about Marvel comics. So that'll be an interesting one. I think that'll be out by Tuesday or possibly Wednesday.
The professor and the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. They never want to do live, man, because they feel they need to be able to edit their stuff, but they never edit their shit. So here's some other shit. But I love those guys.
I just love busting their balls.
Yeah.
If you ever want to do a No Prize roast, let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so now that my schedule will be changing at work, I should have a lot more energy, so we can reconstitute the Cooking with Adam Project Pegasus show and get that going. So stay tuned for when I can get on and we can freaking get that going.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk behind the scenes on that one.
Yes, sir.
Because I may be taking a slight 2-week hiatus in January, depending on my move.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I'm actually going to be moving in January, so.
Nice. Oh, and one more thing. So I'm still getting the details but apparently, in DC, close to DC in Alexandria, Virginia, at a friend of a friend who was making a deal regarding Wiz Comics #2. Had bought it at the comic book shop, and then he was transferring it back to another place so they can send it off to Heritage and Goat or Golden to get it freaking certified, to sell it and everything. And apparently the dude was robbed in the fucking parking lot.
Holy shit.
So if you see a Wiz Comics issue #2 just pop up anywhere, please let me know so we can.
Please let anyone in the Drunken Chat, Comic Crusaders, Beyond Wednesdays community know.
Yeah,
that's just wow.
That's a $250,000 book, man.
Minimum.
Yeah, $250,000 book. Gone.
Yep.
All right, that's all I got. Freaking thank you, everybody, and just make sure you please hang on to Comic Crusaders, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will freaking keep the content and good times going. Freaking love y'all. Stay
Love
safe.
you guys. God
Drive
bless.
safe.
For each man in his time is pain. Until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water. Along life's arm within his reach. I haven't needed the world to want.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm the type you want. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it